Visually, Le Mans Ultimate looks great, but do you find your FPS dropping too low during races? If you want to get the most FPS without sacrificing visuals, you've come to the right place. In this video, I'll show you the best graphics settings to maximize performance in Le Mans Ultimate. Okay, so here we are then, in the Le Mans Ultimate graphics settings. Let's get into it. So starting at the top, we've got the window mode in full screen, which I found runs better than any of the other modes. Resolution obviously set to my monitor resolution, and refresh rate to my monitor max of 165 FPS there. Vertical sync off, didn't find that had any positive effects, to be honest, so that's off. Post effects are kept as low. Does tank performance quite a bit if you turn that up, so I left that at low. Same with MSA 4 times. If you go any higher with that, you do lose quite a lot of frames, so I've left that there. I thought that was good enough for me visually. And FXA off as well, and then VR mirror we have on there. And scrolling down, I've chosen to have the textures all in ultra here, because I thought that the game looked quite poor without having them there. If you need more frames on your system when you try these settings, you may have to turn these down slightly, but I'm able to keep my frames about where I want them with these turned up to ultra, so that's why they're there. 16 times anisotropic was pretty essential as well. I found that stuff didn't look very sharp if this wasn't turned up, so yeah, that's why that's there. But these ones here, I am running off. Felt that they affected the performance more than they were worth, to be honest. All 4 of those there, so keeping them off. And then these on low, more for the kind of water on the road really than anything else. Kind of good to be able to see that better, I think, with those on. And then down in visuals here, visible vehicles I've turned down to 12, just to kind of keep the CPU load down there and keep the frames up. Live TV displays, I didn't feel like I needed them on around the circuit. I'm not good enough to be watching the TV screens whilst I'm driving, so they're off. And then everything else here, not really affecting stuff too much, to be honest. That's more just personal preference stuff, really. But yeah, that's the graphics settings there. So we're going to jump in now and do a couple of tests in-game with a full grid of GT3 cars at Sebring in the dry and the wet, and we're going to look at the frames that we get with these settings there. So let's jump into those now.
Green flag, green flag. Green flag, green flag.
Okay, cool. So that's our test done. As we can see from those, the FPS count stayed nice and high in the dry. It didn't really drop at all below 200, which is really good. Obviously, I'm aiming for a steady 165 on this monitor. So that's great. Really good FPS there. In the wet, it did drop a little bit more as expected. But obviously in the first lap, when all the cars are together, it's worse. As it spreads out throughout the race, it tends to get better. So, but still, mostly was around the 165. There was a couple of times it dropped around 120, 130, but as long as it doesn't go below 100, you don't really notice so much anyway. But obviously, I'm trying to keep it around 165, which we did for most of that. So, successful tests, I think. Let me know in the comments how you get on with these settings and if they work for you, or if you've got any other tips for us all. And yeah, if you found the video useful, please do like and subscribe to the channel, and be more sim racing content coming soon for you. But yeah, thank you very much.